Hi everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Wow Wednesday. So tonight we're going to be working with something out of the new current mini catalog that runs from January to April. And this catalog is really awesome. Hopefully you've had it in your hands and you've had a chance to look at it. And what we're going to work on tonight is on page 9. It is the Be Mine Suite. I just absolutely love these little bees and all the little pieces that come with this. The designer series paper, the stamp set and the punch, the ribbon, and these beautiful embellishments. I'll show you those a little bit more close up. As I stated, that is on page 8 and 9 and continues over to page 10 just for the bundle. If you're interested in getting that, the entire suite is only $75, and that qualifies for a free celebration item as well. So let me show you first this awesome designer series paper that came in the suite. So it has these really cute bees, and the other side of this is petal pink with the honeycomb, some beautiful hearts with sweet sorbet, the bees and hearts, this beautiful Daffodil Delight plaid, these cute little honey jars, and some sweet sorbet with some pretty swirly designs in there. Some more of the bees with the petal pink and some Daffodil Delight. This one too with the pool party and the lemon lime twist thrown in there with all those other colors. This beautiful background here with the sweet sorbet and the white flowers. And then some beautiful flowers here as well, and some stripes. So that's the designer series paper, and as I stated, you get 2 pieces of each of those designs. That's a total of 12 of the sheets. And the colors again are the basic black, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Sweet Sorbet. So that's 12 sheets of designers, 12 by 12 paper, and you get 2 sheets of each design. So here is the stamp set up close, and I absolutely love it. It says Be My Valentine, but it can be used for so much more. It has Be Mine, You're as Sweet as Honey. That goes great with that honey designer series paper. I love you no matter what. Happy Valentine's Day. You'll always be the one for me. Love you. And this one, You Make My Heart Buzz. I think that's so cute. And then here's the steps to make the bee, and you can give them all different kind of faces. Here's some honeycomb and some hearts. So there's tons to this stamp set. And here's the awesome punch. So you have the bee here and then those hearts. And here is the embellishments. Absolutely love those. Let me see if I'm hiding some on here. Yeah, so we've got the Sweet Sorbet, the Petal Pink, the Daffodil Delight, and the Pool Party. And we'll start with the first card that we're going to make. And today I'm going to concentrate on showing you some Z-fold cards and doing them a few different ways. So let's start off with putting our designer series paper on our card base. Now our card base is 4 1/4 by 11, so we're cut lengthwise, and so that's lengthwise of a full sheet, 4 1/4, and leave it by 11, and score it at 5 1/2. Now this first piece of the larger bees is going to go on the top of our card base. So this will be our front of the card. And then on the inside, I'm going to be using the honeycombs. So I'll be putting the glue on the opposite side of that and bringing in the honeycombs on the inside. And I love using my liquid glue so that I can move that around. Slide it to get it just right. And this bottle of liquid glue goes such a long way. It has become my new adhesive of choice. Find that I'm using it for almost everything. Okay, and then we have this piece here. Now this piece is 1.5 inches, and it's 1.5 by 11. And it's scored at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. Okay, and then it's folded like this. So this is going to go on here, and this one's going to go on here, right up to the edge there, trying to be centered from top to bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one first piece down. And then I'm going to do the same with this other side over here. Right up to the edge. On this side. And then this, actually, someone called this a W card. I still call it the Z fold, but I'm not 100% sure which one you want it to be. It can be either for you. So now I have the assembly set up, and we'll go ahead and decorate the front. I have this little saying that says, "You'll always be the one for me." And that piece was 2.5 of our basic white, 2.5 inch square. And then the pool party, which was 2 3/4. And we're going to pop those up with dimensionals. And pop that on the front there. And then on the inside, we have the same thing. We're going to be putting our squares. Now these squares are 2.5, with the designer series paper being 2 3/4. So I cut up the designer series paper, and I'm going to layer each one of those onto the pool party. Again, that's 2.5 for the designer series paper, and I'm sorry, 2 1/4 for the designer series paper, and 2.5 for the pool party square. I'm just layering each of those on there, again using my liquid glue so I can get those on there just the way I want them. Gives me the chance to slide them around. And you only need a little bit of this glue. It goes such a long way. And then on the last one, I have the same size background of pool party, which is 2.5. And then I did the basic white with one square that is 2 1/4. And I know it's very hard to see on here, but with my petal pink stamped off, so I inked it up, stamped on scrap paper once, I did that little honeycomb background to match the inside of this card here. I wanted to make that correlate with it. And I stamped "You Make My Heart Buzz," and I added a few hearts on there. So that one is going to be added to my last 2.5 inch square. I slide that around. Okay, and then these will be added. I think I will use dimensionals to put those on here. So I'll have the dimensionals on the back, just on the center, so that they pop. and they'll be centered on each one of these. Just make sure I have them going the right direction. Probably could have went a little bit smaller with these squares, and that's something that you can determine the way that you like it. And you just want to stay the same height all the way across. And this last one here. And then on this one here, I decided I wanted to make a little something pop. So I stamped my bee, and I just have to make sure that he will be able to fold. So I have to make sure that when I fold it up, he's not being bent up. So you see how I had to make sure that I keep him over on that side right there. So there is that card. Now this is a little thick because of all the dimensionals that I used. So if you wanted it to mail flatter, then I would suggest just go ahead and using the glue and maybe just pop up the bee. And you can also put a piece of ribbon. I've seen people do this card with ribbon underneath your designer series paper and bringing it around and tying it closed. But isn't that cute? So you'll always be the one for me, and then you make my heart buzz. Now, this does not have to be for Valentine's Day. This could be used for any time. And that's what I love about some of the sayings on this card too. And then I have one more that I want to show you. And this one is another type of fold. Now, I again will call it the Z fold, but it's going to open vertically instead of coming across like this one does, landscape. So this one here, again, I used the designer series paper, and I just have little strips of that. Let me give you the measurements for this card of everything I used. So my base is Daffodil Delight, and again, it is 4 1/4 by 11. So that's a full sheet of cardstock laid portrait style and then cut down the center at 4 1/4. And then this is scored at 5 1/2 and 8 1/4. So my first score line is at 5 1/2, and then move it over and score it at 8 1/4. Then the inside layer is basic black, and this black is 3 3/4 inches by 10 inches. So it's 3 3/4 inches by 10 inches, and it's scored at 2 3/4 is my first score line, and then 5 1/2. Okay, and then when you want to glue that down on there, you only glue the top portion of the larger piece and the bottom portion. No glue here so that it still works as the Z. Okay, now this piece of white here is a piece of white cardstock, and it's 3 wide by 4 1/4 tall. You need one of those, and then you need 2 of the 3 inches wide by 2 1/2 inches tall. And this designer series paper, I cut a strip of that DSP that is 1 inch wide, and then I cut it at 4 1/4, and then these two pieces are at 2 1/2. And you can see that this continued, so that you want to make sure that you leave it, I know it's kind of hard to see, but you want to leave it in the specific order if it's important for the designer series paper. So then I stamped the bee here, and you stamp the oval with yellow, and then another stamp is the bee stripes, and then stamp the wings in basic black. And it has the basic black stamp, and this little point is one stamp. Now you can see, if I show you up close, this one was stamped fine, but when I got to this one here, I didn't stamp low enough. This black stripe should have been high enough, should have been further up here, so that the B here, this one's stamped perfect. And you can see I actually misstamped it here, so I just colored it in on this one here where I misstamped it. I just colored in with a Daffodil Delight marker. But so when you stamp that Daffodil Delight solid oval, and then you stamp the black over top of it, you want to make sure that you're lined up so that your little stinger is right at the bottom of your yellow oval. That was my mistake on this one here, but it's not that important. It was easy to fix. And you can make your bee go either way. See, this one's going on its side, and then you just put the wings up top. And this one actually is stamped on scrap paper and then popped up with dimensionals. So he pops a little bit more. And he's the front of my card. And I actually punched out 2 hearts with the same punch that the Bee Builder punch, and completed the card. Did actually wanted to add the sweet sorbet ribbon that is in this suite as well, and I forgot to tuck it behind my white cardstock, so I added it afterwards. But I do think it would look better if once you have your white stamped and your hearts and your designer series paper and everything on there, you add your ribbon, tuck it behind, and then layer it onto your black piece. Where here you can see where I cut each one. It's like, again, an easy fix because I forgot to do it, but I like the look of that ribbon separating the designer series paper. So I hope you liked this beautiful Be My Valentine bundle. That again is the Bee Builder punch as well as the Be My Valentine stamp set. Made these 2 awesome cards. And don't forget for Wow Wednesday to like and comment so that you have a chance to win these 2 cards. And also, don't forget that we are in our celebration, and our celebration is for every $50 you spend, you can pick a free item or a $100 item if you choose to have one of those. Can't seem to put my hand right on the celebration catalog. Oh, here it is, the brochure. Hopefully everybody's gotten one in the mail. If you haven't, please reach out to me and let me know. Here's the celebration brochure. This will be running, the mini catalog will be running through the end of April, and the celebration will run till the end of February. So with every $50 you spend, you get to pick out a free item in the celebration catalog. And then there are some special ones that if you spend $100, like these are really awesome. So you can get the stamp set by spending $50. And then if you want to get the matching dies, you can get those spending $100. But there's so many cute things in here that I'll be showing you over the next couple of weeks. So don't forget to get those orders in and pick those free celebration items. Now, if your order is under $150, I'd appreciate it very much if you would use the host code that I'll have posted with today's video. Now, some of you may be looking at what I'm working on here and thinking, wow, what is that? Let me see if I can get my camera to go out and show you this beautiful item that Stampin' Up! Has a special going on right now. Excuse me for a minute while I move this and show you this awesome mat. Let me see if I can get big enough that you can see the whole thing. So this mat is something that you can get if you sign up to be a demonstrator during celebration. Eventually, I think it's going to be an item that we can purchase in the future. I don't know if it's just going to be for demonstrators to purchase or if it is actually going to be something that everyone will be able to purchase. But right now, signing up during celebration to be on a part of my team, you could win, you could choose to have this item as a free item in your kit starting. And it's really awesome. It's like 17 by 14 inches. It has some measurements on here in both imperial and metric. It has some feet on the bottom of it that keeps it from sliding around. It has these nice little protective corners on there. I left them on there. It is tempered glass, so you can cut on top of it without scratching it. You can heat on top of it. Maybe I'll do another video completely on this, and it comes with a great little cleaning cloth as well as a cute little Teflon container that you can use, and you can put this little Teflon thing right on here. It doesn't slide, it'll stick right to it, and you can mix some colors and inks in here. You can do the same here, putting some embossing paste in it. Actually holds our little ink spots that come with our paper pumpkins, or you can order the smaller ink spots in our catalog as well. And it comes with this really nice cloth here that you can use to clean off the glass mat as well as cleaning off your stamps. It's like a really thin chamois that we carry. So any information about that you'd like to know more about, feel free to reach out to me. But otherwise, just don't forget to like and comment so you have a chance to win these really two cute cards that we did in today's video. So thanks so much for joining me, and happy stamping, everyone. Bye-bye.